Our reporting here is really starting to move the needle in comic culture. I've noticed a big shift over the last few months. I had some industry contacts who are some big level people within Marvel and DC Comics who used to talk to me quite a bit. They used to be very chummy. The minute I had Dan DiDio on my channel, I did an interview with him. You can watch it, it's still up. That we just talked comics. I showed that I knew my stuff. I showed that I was a very serious journalist in this regard, and it shook them because that gave me some validation. It gave me credibility of saying, I'm somebody who's actually a real professional. So they can't really just ignore me anymore. And so the people who were contacting me in the industry were at that point scared off. I don't know if there's a directive with inside Marvel Comics or DC Comics not to talk to me, but they're very, very, very cautious at this point. And so things are changing and things are getting very, very weird. Now, nothing's weirder other in the last few months than this Ed Piskor Cartoonist Kayfabe situation, which has come to light as of yesterday. We were one of the only channels to report on this. I was the only news outlet to report on this. You didn't see this from Heidi McDonald's Comics Beat. You didn't see it from Rich Johnston's Bleeding Cool, because those people have been trying to prop up this Whisper Network for a long time. And mark my words, Ed Piskor, Jim Rugg from Cartoonist Kayfabe are a big part of this. They banned people who are associated with Comicsgate. They went and attacked artist Dan Fraga just because of his association a couple years ago. They are not on our side whatsoever. They're not apolitical like a lot of the comments that I got. These guys are leftist shills within the industry, and they're doing what they do. And like most leftist shills and male feminists, there's creepy, weird stuff in the background, and this is exactly what's coming to light with Ed Piskor right now. Now, overnight, they deleted Ed Piskor deleted all of his Twitter profiles and deleted the Cartoonist Kayfabe channel. We're going to get into why and what happened in just a second. It's pretty interesting to see how our influence is growing, and this goes back to why people are stopping talking to me from the industry. Our influence is growing. It matters. What we're doing here is influencing people. It's getting seen, and it scares the hell out of them. And it should, by the way. If you're one of those wokeites in the industry, we're just getting started. This is just the beginning of our winning. We are going to change comic culture, and there's not a thing you can do about it because you can't cancel us. All right. My name's John Delarose. If you're new to the channel, I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator, the most trusted name in comics news, the editor-in-chief of Fandom Pulse, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction. Oh my gosh, it goes on and on. And I really appreciate you guys who have supported me over the years. It's been awesome. We have our own books online, and this is my online bookstore on delarose.com, and you can get a number of my comic books. I have a bunch of different things, a little something for everybody, so please check things out. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions about the books and talk to people. If you don't agree with me politically, that's fine. I'm not going to ban you or whatever. I'd much rather you read my books. I'm the opposite of the way that Ed Piskor acts in this regard. Love everybody who is supporting us here, and appreciate you for supporting my art. Thank you so much. So this is what happens today. This is newer. Ed Piskor of Cartoonist Kayfabe deletes his Twitter and YouTube accounts as Instagram shows him liking a 14-year-old girl's pictures. Yes, now it's getting weirder. So yesterday we reported the fact that this Sid Goblin on Instagram showed her DMs with Ed Piskor. He was flirting with her when she was 17 years old. He's close to 40 at that point. He is over 40 now. And it's really weird, really creepy. And he starts calling her naughty girl and things like that. And she goes, this sucks. Now, Alex DeCampi chimed in on this, a member of the Comic Book Whisperer Network, says that all women are subject to these pros promising them, careers and things like that just for some flirting. It's a weird thing. And, honestly, I don't doubt that within the comic industry. You have these, people who are socially inept, probably can't get girls most of the time, so they draw their little cartoons for years in their basement, and then they try to flirt and they do so poorly, right? Now it just gets weird when it's a 40-year-old to a 17-year-old, and he, I don't know his psychology here, but I bet you he's trying to capture those glory days of high school, which he missed out on because he was a dork, right? That's what I'm guessing the psychology is. It's still gross, whatever it is. There's no real justifying this kind of behavior. And so that came out, and we reported on it, both on the YouTube here and on Fandom Pulse. It got thousands of views, over 10,000 across both platforms. Thank you very much. And what was the result of that? Well, There it is. Cartoon Kayfabe account doesn't exist. Ed Piskor account doesn't exist. They're gone on Twitter. And they also deleted the YouTube channel. Now, that was brief. It went for a couple hours. And somebody on the inside told me that they were making sure they could purge all comments related to this on their channel to keep it clean and then put it right back up. So I think Jim Rugg wants that promotional deal, even if Ed Piskor is uncomfortable at the moment. And so weird behavior. Why would you just delete everything and run from the internet if there weren't additional problems? I think there's more to this, honestly, than just this one girl. And that's where it gets kind of weird. Now, beyond that, Ethan Van Sciver posted to his Twitter account a picture of this Sid Goblin chick and showed that Ed Piskor was liking her pictures. It's just her like in a little crop top and things like that. Back when she was 14 years old. She would have been 14 years old as of this picture. Now, I redacted this, and we're not putting up some young girl's pictures on here, so we're not doing that kind of thing. And so we're just showing the fact that Ed Piskor was liking this and actually creeping her profile years before the fact that he was calling her naughty girl and sending her those weird DMs asking if she was 17 or 18 at the time. That's where it comes into grooming. You build that for years when they're young, and then you start as they're getting towards 18, amping things up. That is literally what grooming is. So anybody who's questioning that in the comments, this is exactly the type of creepy stuff we're actually afraid of. And this is probably why he's deleting his profile at this point. I mean, this gets really, really weird once you go back and you start going, this girl was 14 when this guy starts following her profile and doing this stuff. Yikes. Okay. So that is where we're at on the Ed Piskor situation right now. Cartoonist Kayfabe is back up on YouTube as of now. We'll see what happens on this front, and we will be reporting the news, of course, as it keeps coming along. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out my books on my web store. Really appreciate you guys for being there, and we'll be back soon.